calls, press 7. To read, you may begin speaking now.
Yo, what's going on, man?
Hey, shit, what's shaking with you? Sitting here watching news in the day room.
Yeah, I'm in the Bronx right now. Over here,
sorry to hear that.
They had the BBQs at over here off of what's this shit?
I don't know what block the Bronx.
Oh, word.
All I know is that Fat Joe and Remy from the Yankee Stadium is there.
It used to be at BBQs on West Fordham Road, and I'm over there. I'm over here right now, close to Harlem.
What is it now?
Nothing. It's no business now. There's a lot of businesses shut down out here.
And this
you heard
is
me?
The problem.
A lot of businesses out of business right now. It's bad. The smoke shops open.
Just fucking up your lungs.
Yeah, it's a smoke shop.
Yeah, I heard there's nothing but smoke shops out there now. Every time I turn around, the niggas acting like he's some sort of weed connoisseur.
Yeah, not at all.
Hills of Amsterdam. I'm like, nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, nigga, I had to explain to the kid. I said, listen, I like weed that resembles the smell of armpits and feet. I'm not with all this, apple, cinnamon, Cheerio.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is out here. There's mad little Cardi B's out here in the Bronx right now.
Oh, word?
Yeah, it's just little Cardi B's running around. Mini Cardi B's, that's what you see. So speaking of, yeah, she going viral right now too for talking about for raising awareness with the Carmelo Anthony case, cause he got found guilty and shit.
But she should. There's certain shit. Listen, I just, I was watching the news today, and I read the statement that was said where he said, "You touch me again." That's actually their law. That's their law. You're not supposed to touch people. You can't advance towards them. You can't threaten them in any type of way. That's definitely a self-defense case. Period. Like, I'm a self-defense advocate. These motherfuckers is crazy out here. They imprison you for living. You know what I mean? Like, that's some crazy shit. It's like, yo, if you survive, you go to jail. If you don't, you die. But we're gonna shout you out, and we're gonna make sure that Ben Crump meets your mother, and he get a substantial amount or whatever, so she can spend in Atlantic City and on them boat rides gambling. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's fucked up though, man. Because all of these other people, they just got found not guilty. Well, not a lot of people, but the Asian dude, the cheeky dude that killed the black kid and said he was in defense of his son.
Man, fuck that. Man, they all get found not guilty. Soon as this bottle, that's the law. Listen, Carmelo Anthony changed the law. He didn't do nothing wrong. He wasn't on nobody's property. Nobody owned that place. He could have said, they said whatever they said, oh, get away from our tent. That's their tent. They didn't own it, all right? Don't touch me. You touch me again. You understand what I'm saying? You touch them again. Like, what do you do? That's the law.
Nah, that's a fact.
That's the law, but the law has always been flexible and bendable when it comes to our defense. You know what I mean? When it comes to them prosecuting us, it's always ironclad. But with them, it's always a bendable term. It's always something that becomes flexible. And that's one of my issues with the law is that, like, look at what the president doing right now. The president's breaking every law that you could think about. Like, if anybody else was doing this shit, they have to be under some type of probe. They would be in jail. Like, they would be losing their business.
Every financial fucking code you could think. And then he's talking about you can't look at his taxes,
he's not just breaking that. This dude is broken everything you could think of.
Everything.
I'm talking about
crimes, everything.
This nigga has just got convicted. Like, you lost trial against that woman, and now he's putting a case on her. You know what I mean? This is like the dreams that criminals have. I've been very mad at the judge and wish that I could judge the judge one day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you got to think about a judge. Like, who is a human? Think about a judge. Who is a human, right? A human being. To sit there and as their job, they're to give people time and servitude. That's their job for the rest of their life. So you sit here from you a judge at 30, 50 years old, or whatever, 40, and then you up on this bench till you 70, 80 years old. For 30 years, you just giving people time. I'm going to give you 45 years, you 50 years, you 100 years. By the time they die, they done fucked up so many lives. You didn't fix no lives.
No, yeah, for real. They basically playing God. Shit. They playing God for real, for real.
So just like I said, if this system was actually a correctional space where people are actually being corrected, where they say, yo, let's get mental health for our mental health people. Let's find psychological ways that we can help violent criminals. Most of violence come from poverty. You know what I mean? So it'll all be crimes of poverty anyway. So once you start fixing that area, you know what I mean, that's when the crimes start lessening. But if they do that, then they might start evening out. They can't have it look like a 50-50. It got to look like a landslide on the criminal statistics, because that's the way it was designed. It was designed for us to be the poor people, for us to be the bottom feeders, and, you know what I mean, for us to have to figure it out along the way. So this is what the system was designed to do. You know, people always like, you know, you have these two-sided, they be like, oh, people always blaming the system. It's like, nigga, what's wrong? That's how strong the system is, that you not blaming it.
This call is from a federal prison.
I'm blaming it. You don't see an issue within it. Because they done convinced your ass that if you go to school for 97 years, that you going to get successful when you're 43.
Yeah, it's a fucking fact. All you need is berries and water. That's a fact.
You just got to be born white.
Yeah, it's true too, but man, we don't really need none of the shit that we have around us, man.
Listen, man, let me tell you how good it is to be a white person. Let me tell you how good it is to be a white person. There was a whole bunch of white bottom feeders, broke Appalachian mountain living motherfuckers, right? They rushed the Capitol. And, you know, they attack cops, they attack a whole bunch of people, scared people, whatever, right? Cause mayhem. Shit looked like mayhem on camera, right? But a whole bunch of other rich people said, we're going to save those poor people, and we're going to make sure they don't go through no bullshit. They pardoned them out of jail, and then they said, now we're going to pay these motherfuckers for standing by us. So you know what I got from this shit? When I heard Donald Trump wanted to pay the motherfuckers and give them money, I said, holy shit. I peep what this nigga's doing. He is now paying his militia. Listen, he's paying for his team. So when he could try to manipulate this third term shit, he has a group of people who know we paid. Trump is going to pay us, and he's going to stand by us and make us not go to jail. So if niggas was to try to, like, push that nigga out of office, believe me, Trump is going to have his own motherfucking militia out here, army.
Oh, no, I already believe that. No, I think I said that to you, like, the last time we was on the phone.
Because that's what the J6 niggas is. Basically,
yeah,
Trump called us. He said they unjustly. Like, them motherfuckers act like Trump texted their asses.
And he was trying to give them niggas $1 million a piece, nigga.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. So the thing is that when I start looking at the larger spectrum of that, how far it goes, I'm like, damn, you even want to pay the niggas? And you want to pay the people and say because I said, nah, this is deeper than that. This is letting people know that if you stick by me, you going to eat. So
you going to eat, nigga, yeah. Come on now.
So don't follow, you know what I mean? I get it, you know what I mean? I get it on a larger criminal scale, but just like I said, I can't relate to white privilege because I'm purple. Word.
This shit is crazy that he's doing, but he's doing it. And got a lot of people frightened. Not gonna lie, I don't know what's gonna happen. There's like all of this shit they talking about, this Israel takeover. These niggas gonna be fucking us over here and shit. It's just a lot of shit to think about.
Man, I'm fucking with the Jews. I'm tired of the Muslims in here anyway. You stink ass.
They already started.
Shout out to the Jews.
You know they started catching niggas in the hood with the drones, right? They started deploying the drones in the hood, catching sales.
Oh, niggas catching sales in the hood with the drones?
Yeah, they did a whole shit in the Bronx with it. They started out there. Cops are just watching niggas on the block go back and forth, go into their crib. They caught these 2 old Spanish niggas. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's like, you know, that's like, you know, that's, I get it. I thought you were saying niggas was making a sale with the drone. I ain't know the cops using the drone. Yeah, it's the same shit as the camera. Yeah, that ain't nothing like, niggas, come on. You shit where you eat, you might as well lay where you pee. You know these niggas be having the drugs underneath their pillow. So these niggas is going in and out their crib where they live at, expecting them not to follow them. You know what I mean? Yeah. They don't even got other places, so.
I wonder how this appeal situation, too, is going to work with this Carmelo kid. I was thinking about that shit, because he should be able to get a quick appeal and get out quick.
Appeal is about constitutional errors. So that's what he has to find constitutional errors within his trial. That's what appeal is about. Appeal is not about if you're guilty, and you could be completely guilty. You understand? But if you have a strong appeal issue where they did something wrong within the courts, they have to bring it back to the courts, to the lower courts. And that's the law. So, that's what he just gotta hope that he has some issues, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Damn. He got a straight up bad.
But at the end of the day, we gotta support ours the way they support theirs. When they go outside and they kill 62 people, they get 6,000 bitches in a GoFundMe. So, niggas better support Carmelo Anthony. I think the artists should come together and drop a record about the nigga, do a show or two and let the money go to him, you know what I mean?
That's a good idea. I think that's a good idea.
On some shit like that. Like, I don't see why motherfuckers wouldn't do nothing for the dude. Like, get him the best appellate attorneys. You know what I mean? Get him the best ones.
Yeah, well, they saying Jay-Z is about to be the leader of the black people right now, so.
They about to vote Jay-Z as leader of the black people?
He should be the one to do it. The niggas was saying, Charlamagne can't talk about politics. They said Charlamagne can't talk about politics for the whole 2026, and they won't talk about politics.
Charlamagne can't talk about politics?
Yeah, they want to see, because Charlamagne keeps talking about DJ Academics doing the politics shit. So DJ Academics was like, yo, listen, all right, Charlamagne, I got a challenge for you. I won't talk about politics at all, because I don't have to talk about politics. But how about
Let me explain something to you. The next time you tell me they, and you referring to academics, it's going to be an issue. You don't even give a fuck what the fuck. Fuck that pussy nigga.
This call is from a federal prison.
And to say, man, fuck that pussy nigga. No fucking they. Listen, I be trying to tell people about they, because see, they is this imaginary person that scares people out of everything they're about to do. They be like, yo, but they said if you do that, then you won't make it.
It's the fan base.
No, that's not fan base. That should be bots. Should be two niggas that said some shit. Shit ain't no fan base. That's why I be laughing when people be like, yo, people going crazy on the net right now. You count the shit, it be 11 people talking about some shit. Like, shut the fuck up. Like,
it'd be 5 phones in the room, right?
Five phones arguing with each other in the same room.
Nah.
Know what I mean?
Nah, but you think Charlamagne can't talk politics? You know what I mean?
Sure.
You think Charlamagne could do the challenge though and not talk about politics?
That's what he do. He talk about politics. So I don't know. That's a part of like his commentary, his comedy commentary, everything.
Yeah,
that's
he's
like,
on.
Do you think academics cannot talk about Drake? Do you think he cannot talk about somebody's dick for 2 weeks maybe?
Now that'd be a good one. All right, so Charlamagne don't talk about politics. He don't talk about Drake. That'd be a good one. That'd be better. That's a little better. I'm not gonna lie. That's a better challenge. But Charlamagne does have to talk about politics a lot. One of his shows is a political show right there. I think he has a political show, a comedy political type show. I think he has, right, something like that.
Yeah, that's what his shit is based on.
Yeah.
But his show not based on dick. So if you could not discuss a nigga dick for a little while, the niggas, I think I would be honest. I'm in prison. I hate when niggas talk about dick. I like bitches. Like, I like when they put Real Housewives on TV. I like the news. In my head, I go with mad news women in my head. I go with Shirlene Alicott. I go with a whole bunch of women on the news.
That's a fact. Yo, so speaking of that, about the bitches, you been watching that Jocelyn shit? Jocelyn Hernandez, the cabaret shit?
Yeah, what about her?
Them bitches be wilding on there, man. I got that shit. I watched one of the episodes the other day, it's straight chaos. But you gotta I gotta tap into it a little bit more, because it's just nothing but naked chicks running around, wilding out, fighting.
I gotta see this shit. I usually don't like seeing women act like Neanderthals.
Yeah, me neither usually, but it's a little interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Jocelyn got some shit going on over there. She definitely do. I've been trying to get some of these Real Housewives of Atlanta and all of that to interview them. My man is a fucking photographer. He be photoing all of them, so I'm trying to get in tune with them and tap in and see what's going on over there. So Taxstone is out here. Taxstone is we out.
To accept this call, press 5. To block this call, you may begin speaking now.
What up?
Beloved, we're shaking.
Nothing much. How are you?
How's everything?
Good. Rainy day in New York City.
I just did some stretches, act like I was about to work out, but I didn't.
Okay.
I'm still feeling good.
That's right. It's something. It counts for something.
What's new with you? You know I haven't been on the internet lately. Are you still running for Congress?
I am not running for Congress. I suspended my campaign, but 2028 is a bright and right around the corner. 2028.
So you're gonna run next term also?
Next term. Setback for a comeback. Things take time.
Oh, that's great. Let everyone know what you're running for exactly.
So I am going to be running for Congress, New York 15, against this person named Richie Torres, quite infamous for his love for the Israeli people and genocide overall.
Oh, Richie Torres. He's Israeli? Is he?
No, Richie is Puerto Rican.
Richie's from Puerto Rico.
Yes, Richie's Puerto Rico, born in the Bronx, but Richie's Puerto Rican. He's not even Jewish at all.
Well, you know, he's like a Jenny from the block type thing.
He is. I think I think he's worse than that. But yes, I feel like, there's some people they weren't cool growing up. And so when they get clout, they'll do anything to keep clout, even if that means selling their soul. So yes. Yes, very much so.
Torres he's basically supporting the Zionist government.
Yes, like unapologetically. Like,
okay.
At least some people be like, oh, I don't like BB, but, Israel, like, he is whole no bars. If you say anything positive about the humans that live in Palestine, you are pretty much a terrorist. And yes, he is not even being like, well, it's complicated.
Wait, so is he funded by AIPAC?
1,000, the number one funded congressperson in Congress right now is
number one funded?
Number one. He beats Hakeem. And that's why I was getting mad at because Hakeem was like, oh, Richie did so well. Why is one of the richest congressional person in Congress represents the poorest district? Like, that man, Richie, and his PACs and IEs have been sending mailers since October 2025. He's been scared, right? Like, he has money out the gazoo, like he's running for president, just to keep poor people away from, revolting against him. But if there's a will, there's a way.
There's got to be a deeper meaning behind that. What are they doing in the Bronx? Are the Jewish people out there developing or some shit? Because there's got to be a reason why they giving Richie all that money.
Well, I think, so when you run for Congress, you have to call people, beg them for money. And a lot of people were like, well, Richie's the only one who still supports Israel. Richie's the only one still independent. The girl from Will and Grace, the show, Grace, Hassan Piker was like, oh, I'm coming for you, Richie, in 2028. And she called the police. Just because Hassan Piker said that, that's how much she goes hard for Richie. I don't even know where the woman lives. She don't live in the Bronx. But the people who are extreme Zionists love Richie, like he might be the second coming of Jesus Christ. They love him. Anyways, how are you? How's it? How's the feds?
I'm good, but I'm sitting here listening to this shit, and I'm trying to figure out how did the Puerto Rican gay man become so connected to the Jewish community.
I think everybody's turning tricks for money in Congress, really, right? And And
yeah, it's not just him. Yeah,
it's not just him, but I think he's malleable. I don't care. I'm gonna stand on that.
Isn't this the exact reason why black people shouldn't we be out here pooling our money so we can start making our own super PACs and shit? Because
we first of all, this is so deep. Yes, we have to, because Supreme Court just got rid of like the voter act, right? The voter act and the VRA, and this is important. So now they keep on redistricting. Florida got redistricted, Texas got redistricted, Georgia was about to get redistricted, and so they're getting rid of Democratic seats. Okay, boom. However, that means white Democrats are losing their seats. So that means there's less Democratic seats to have, which means white people are gonna go for black seats. That is happening in Florida right now, right? Congress is going to be more and more white. Unless you're turning tricks for Israel, I guess. But it's literally, right now, we got 67 black people in Congress. We're gonna lose 7 this cycle. And next cycle, they think we're gonna lose 20 more. And so when I say 67 out of 535 people, which is the largest it ever had. And we're gonna lose at least 6, and the future is saying that we're gonna lose another like 20.
And so we need to get the black people together.
Yep.
Sometimes we rally for elections and shit, but I think the rally should be different. The rally should be about grouping together about money and letting people explain to people like how it's affecting them. A lot of people don't know how it's affecting them. So it's like maybe somebody will just take a little half of the Turks and Caicos trip money this week and cut it in half and donate it. You know what I mean, to the cause to get people in so we can change the laws that we need changed, you know what I mean?
100%. 10,000 people giving $100 is a milli. There's $1 million. 10,000 people giving $100.
How much can $1 million influence in
Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now. Daria Lisa, so we just had midterm elections last Tuesday. Zoran got a sweep. He endorsed 3 and all 3 won. 2 of the 3 are DSA candidates. The DSA girl got 1 M. The other DSA girl
from a federal prison.
The other DSA girl, I think, maybe made 1.5 M, right? I think running against a big dog like Richie, right? Like Richie, you need like 3 to 5 M's. I ain't gonna lie to you. But if it was a regular election, you can get a 1 M, 2 M's, 20,000 people give 2 M's. I mean, $100, you get 2 M's. And because you have to give momentum. You have to, if you ain't got the money, $100 is not going to break a lot of people heart. And we're talking about 10,000 people here or 20,000 people. But you also have to be like, give people platform. People don't vote for people they don't know. You see what I mean? And if I don't see you, I don't know. So the money in campaigns is because they're sending things to your house via mail. They're paying for commercial ads. They're paying for billboards ads. They're paying to be on the news or on a show. That is what they're paying for. They're paying to be in your face. And that's why we need to really keep our head on a swivel. The person who's in your face a lot, why?
I've already noticed that. Like, I'm not impressed. The moment I start seeing somebody too much, I'll be like, wow, who's behind it? Because I already know the only way that you could be seen or pay your way is by owning the algorithm. And by owning the algorithm, you got to have a lot of bots behind you. You got to have a lot of shit.
There you go. Earned media is hard. Breaking the algorithm is hard. And so that is why you say that. And I do agree. So I was like in my Uber once, and he like, oh, I don't do politics. I was like, how do you not do politics? How much you get paid per hour is political. How many hours you can drive this Uber is political. The fact that New York requires a TLC to drive an Uber is political. How much taxes come from your paycheck is political. Right now, like a lot of people who just come into the country become a naturalized citizen. Boom. They put their head down, they work and send money to whatever country they're from, right? However, now everybody's like, oh, ICE, immigration. Well, baby, you wasn't voting. That was political. How easy it is to get some papers in this country, how hard it is to get some papers in this country is political. If you can retire and how much you retiring with is political. So I really hate the fact that if they're not...
we should do this. I think we should come up with a challenge for because it's like, and I always tell people we need to highlight the people, the blacks specifically the black and the brown people who's made it out here without entertainment. And, not necessarily made it, because made it is like, a ceiling for everyone, like whatever they fucking speculation is on what success is. But what I mean is that we need to highlight people who do other things besides entertainment. But with entertainment is how we can get the voices and get the people to see everything. So, I think you should create a challenge the same way they got the Young Miami Spin That Shit.
Yeah.
Why don't you have a Spin That Shit challenge for the artists, for everybody to put into a super PAC, so we could make sure that we keep certain things sturdy and we can have the money to put behind the people. You know what I mean?
That is, first of all, shout out to Carisha, shout out to Miami, shout out to City Girls in general. And that's a really good idea, because how we fundraise must be different. So like I told y'all earlier, people beg rich people to give them money, and everybody's paying to play, right? Nobody's giving you money for free, at least not that big amount of money. And then, so there needs to be social media, and those challenges for fundraising purposes is brilliant. So there's a girl in Chicago, her name is Kat. She's like viral sometimes, whatever, on TikTok. I'm not, Twitch, but also social media. And she raised 3 M's for her Chicago race off social media alone. So I think that is 100%, and I really am going to look into doing that for sure. First, you got to set up the PAC and then do the challenge, right? And that is 100% true, because a lot of people doing a little makes a difference.
Yeah,
makes a huge difference.
Because the people see the trend catching on, they see the artists doing it. The artists might be able to put a little bit more than other people. Maybe what is the limit that you could donate to a super PAC?
5 bands to a super PAC. The max you get to a candidate is
from a federal prison.
Max for a super PAC is 5 bands. Max for a candidate is 3,500. Max for a candidate is 3,500. And so I say that because that's really AOC's model. AOC's model is small dollars by a lot of people, right? Like, not to say she don't got big people giving her money, but that's the model. That is the model. But the model requires, like you said, for you to be a trending person, for you to, like you said, have the algorithm get momentum behind you. But I really agree with you. If we don't start thinking about us, black and brown people.
Because I think you should have super PACs for different reasons. See, the thing is that the giants that the Democratic Party is fighting has so much money. The people, their friends, have people that do PR for free.
Oh,
like that a brand, like they have companies like literally doing this, but people who don't understand media, they can't see it. Like everything that you're actually seeing right now is actually being controlled. Like they making sure what's being on your feed. So it's like, this is why sometimes even on social media, on Instagram, you won't see what your friends posted. You know what I mean? You gotta go to their page to see it.
Same thing with Twitter. Like right now, with AI bots, they own the news, they own CNN. Byron bought all of CNN. People are merging, right? Paramount and Warner Brothers are merging. Literally, it's like 7 people controlling our whole entire life. And I'm honestly saying word of mouth is really going to still have to be
right
the way
now
people.
Is Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Larry Ellison, motherfucking Elon, Jeff Bezos and steroids.
And the Meta people, which own WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. That's it. That's the only people. And
ecosystem.
That's the ecosystem. That is the entire ecosystem. And if we do not realize that our lives, people are calling, like people need a lawyer. And I'm like, and that's why I decided to run for Congress. I'm a public defender. I can only do as much as the law allows me, right? I can go to court and try to convince the judges to look at things different, like TPS. Right now, Haitians, 350,000 Haitians, they're going to lose TPS. Supreme Court says Trump can do that. I'm a lawyer. After the Supreme Court says that, once the Supreme Court says that, is quiet for the lawyers. We're quiet over here.
Nothing a lawyer can fight.
Nothing a lawyer can fight. Supreme Court has spoken. And the only thing left is the Senate. The Senate is controlled by the Republicans. They say it's dead on arrival.
This is the thing, right? Can you have different super PACs for different reasons? So you have a super PAC just for digital people.
Yes. So you have
a super PAC just for advertising.
Yes.
Because it could be someone that's rising out of nowhere, but they might not fully have the money behind them. And can we say, all right, let's get our digital people over there and make sure we're pushing them?
Yes. You can have IE, super PACs, regular PACs for various reasons. And it could just be like digital, right? Because there's click click farms now and all this stuff on how to hack the algorithm. And yeah, you can have different people, different groups whose sole job is like, they'll get a name and they'll hit the algorithm for them, right? Because you're not legally allowed to talk to your super PAC or your PAC or your IE. They're supposed to work independent, right? And so they'll be like, oh, we see the person coming. They'll get a call and then they'll run it up. And they might just be running up their algorithm, paying for their meta ads, you know what I mean? Pushing them or creating a duplicate ad that they control how much it hits the algorithm, right? Because sometimes when you get a mail or you see a commercial, it'll tell you who it's paid by, right? Paid by so-and-so. And that tells you. Sometimes it's the PAC, sometimes it's the candidate, sometimes it's the independent expenditure. But yeah, the point is we're talking about money. And the person with the money right now is controlling it. And now, don't get me wrong, a person with less money can still beat it with momentum and stuff, but it's really the person who gets the reach. Whoever gets to be in your face and that you like.
Most is gonna get the most
There you go.
attention.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Now somebody could be in your face and it's whack, right? And I'm not going nowhere, right? Like Hakeem's on the news all the time, and Hakeem is
here to show you tax season back.